Hey guys, it's Kristen coming at you live from Bethera in South Carolina. While you guys are hopping on, say hi in the comments below. Hope you guys have had a wonderful Sunday. If you are watching live, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comments below. And if you're watching on the replay, go ahead and put I miss you so that I can let you know that I missed you. Also, today we're going to be talking about fasting, and there's going to be a lot of tips that I'm going to be sharing. So make sure you share out the video. As a thank you, I'll enter you in. Every single week I do a prize pack giveaway, so you want to be entered into that. And the way that you can do it is by sharing out my video. So you can send it to a friend, you can send it to your page if you're watching on Facebook, share it in a group, wherever. Just drop share it in the comments below so I can say thank you while you guys are here. Hey Cassie, how's it going? Hi Lisa. Hello, the other Lisa. I got a couple Lisas here. Hi Dara. Hello Melanie and Rose and Corin and Angelina. Hi Stephanie. Hope you guys have had a great Sunday. I want to talk to you guys today about the do's and don'ts of fasting, okay? So just to give you guys a little bit of background, hi Laura, hello Becky and Jamie. Our team we are getting ready to start, some of them have already started, their monthly reboot, okay? For those of you that don't know what the reboot is, it is a 60-hour optimized fasting system that basically helps you to reset your body. It's going to be a reset for your digestive system. It's really good for your metabolic health. It's also really good for your brain. There's a lot of science behind fasting and the benefits of that. A lot of people do it specifically for fat loss, but there's a ton of other benefits to doing the fasting. And so I wanted to hop on here and I wanted to talk about some things that you should do in consideration of fasting. And this could also apply for intermittent fasting as well. I'm glad to hear that, Angelina. Or you can apply this also to an extended fast, which is what we're doing right now. So our extended fast starts usually at 8 p.m. It's around 8:30 here. In South Carolina. You guys let me know where you're coming in from. And we will break our fast at 8 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So we're going to go all day tomorrow, all day on Tuesday with no food. And we're only going to be using the products that are in the reboot kit, okay? So everything that you need, it comes in the kit. It's already there, ready, prepped, and ready to go for you. And of course, with the jump challenge that we're doing, there's going to be guidance and support to walk you through step by step on what to do. So if you're considering doing the fast, or maybe you would love some more information about it, go ahead and drop the word help in the comments below, and I'll send over some details and share with you guys how you can potentially get started. So hi Caroline from Montreal. Hey Angelina from Southern California. Hey Mary from Minnesota. Hi Tracy from Los Angeles. Hey Tina, how's it going? So glad y'all are here. So let's real quick go into the talk about the reboot, okay? Or about fasting. Do's and don'ts. Stephanie and Tracy, I will send you guys some information, and you as well, Claire. So let's start with the things that I feel like we should start with the things that you should not do, and then we'll move on to the things that you should do, okay? Because I feel like I want to end with a positive, and I think that's probably the best way to do it, okay? All right, so Jenny, I'll send you and Sharon also some information as well, you as well, Gretchen. All right, so first of all, some things that you should not do when you're fasting is use fasting as a way to dramatically lower your calorie count, okay? Especially if you have like an eating disorder, or you've had a binge eating problem, or some other stress eating related issues, that is probably going to trigger you. And so I tell you guys a lot that maybe you probably should not fast, and maybe intermittent fasting might be the best thing for you. Sometimes people will limit their calorie count for specific reasons, and so if you have that in your history, then I would recommend that you would probably take care of that. But some other things you shouldn't do. If you are fasting, I would be very, very careful about your exercise. And I would also want you to be aware of your sleep habits, okay? Those are really, really important for you whenever you are fasting, all right? So some common things that I'll hear from people is that, like, can you, whenever you fast, doesn't that like impact your energy level? It actually gives you more energy, to be honest. And so you may encourage yourself to do a little bit more movement than you normally would. But also keep in mind, you don't want to run a marathon, all right? Because you do want to maintain your energy levels, okay? So of course you can exercise, of course you can work out, you can do all those things. But just be very aware of how much stress you're putting on your body. I'd also recommend for you guys, if you decide to give fasting a try, is to be very, very aware of the amount of sleep that you are getting, okay? Sleep is super, super important. I'll often even send reminders. I'm gonna talk about this in a second with the do's. I'll talk about this a lot of times with my clients, is that especially if you're doing a longer extended fast, which is what we're doing right now, go to bed early, all right? So your body can, we all know that our body does most of its healing at night when we're asleep. And so if you get an adequate amount of rest, then your body can do its job. It can heal itself while you're sleeping. And not only that, whenever you get a lack of rest, whenever you're really, really tired, what ends up happening is you end up actually craving more, and more than likely you want to eat more, and you definitely don't want to break your fast with that, okay? Some other things that you should not use fasting for is using it to balance out bad eating decisions. I know there are some of you, and if you relate to this in some way, do I look tired? I took a nap today. You probably, and I've done a little bit of crying today. We had church and we said some prayers, and that's probably why I look tired. I'm not tired. But thank you for being concerned. I appreciate you. I have a headache. That's the only thing I have right now. So if you are knowing that you're going to go into a fast. So for example, today, one of the tips that I gave our team concerning the reboot tonight was, don't overindulge today. Oftentimes what happens is we think, oh, I'm going to fast, so I'm entitled to eating, any and everything, right? So you want to make sure that you're not like overindulging before your fast. It's actually going to make your fasting process a lot harder. Also, I want you to keep in mind, fasting in general, it's not really that simple, okay? Fasting is not an easy thing, especially if you've never fasted before, all right? So if you go into it with this mentality that, oh my gosh, this is gonna be a breeze, this is gonna be so easy, more than likely you're gonna hit a road or like a wall, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, can't do this. Set yourself up for a level of success, and just understand that, hey, like, this may be challenging to me, but I can do this, okay? If it's the evening and you want to give up on your fast, again, what's the best thing you should do? Go to sleep. Just go to bed early. I promise you'll wake up the next day and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm not all that hungry. Remember your why. This one's really important whenever you're fasting, especially whenever you get, I know from experience, first day is usually easier. The second day that we do this together, some people are like, I don't know if I can do this. Remember why you started this, okay? This even goes for people that are intermittent fasting. Remember your commitment. What is the greater reason why you have chosen to do the fasting in the first place? If you can keep that in the forefront of your mind, more than likely you will be willing to stick with it, and then you can set yourself up for a level of success, okay? Guys, something else that I want to remind you is the last thing about things that you should be aware of in terms of not doing these things. Meant to be painful, nor is it meant to make you feel sick, okay? Neither of those things are a part of doing any type of fasting. So if you find yourself feeling, now I'm not saying, all right, now this is not permission for you just to quit when you start to feel a little bit like, okay, like you gotta push through, all right? We're gonna be warriors, right? Over the next couple of days, we're gonna push through, we're gonna be super successful. However, if you're noticing some things where you just, like, you can tell, like I have had to quit in a fast in the middle of it because I could feel myself getting sick, or maybe something was going on in my body. Maybe my body wasn't fully ready or available or willing or have the ability to go through that process. Give yourself some grace and understand that if you're feeling really bad and you can recognize that this is not a normal thing for you, then you probably should break your fast, okay? So let's go into the do's of fasting. What are some things that you should think about? What are some things that you should consider? What are some of the things that you should do during a fast? Again, share out this video if you're finding it helpful. As a thank you, I will enter you in to win this week's prize pack giveaway. Also, drop the word shared in the comments below, and I would appreciate it so very much. So, dudes, water is really good for making you feel full, okay? I tell my people all the time, whenever you're fasting, water is going to be your best friend. We usually aim for about a gallon of water every single day of our extended fast, okay? That helps you, okay? Also, keep in mind that caffeine is actually an appetite suppressant. I don't know if you guys knew this or not. Drop a yes or a no if you knew that caffeine was an appetite suppressant. It is. So a quick tip that you can use if you are fasting and you don't want to break your fast, but you also want something to make you feel a little bit fuller, you can use an unsweetened tea or you can use an unsweetened coffee, and those will help to suppress your appetite just a little bit and help you to carry on just a little bit better, okay? So I like drinking hot tea sometimes at night. It gives me that feel. It gives me that fuller feeling. The flavor of the hot tea is really good. If you can do black coffee or something like that, you're usually pretty good with that as well. Keep in mind also that hunger comes in waves. All right? I want you to think about that. Hunger comes in waves. When you are fasting, your brain is going to tell you that you're hungry before you actually are hungry. And know that feeling that you're feeling it will eventually pass. And so as long as you stay busy, which brings me to my next tip, you've got to stay busy. You've got to distract yourself. Do something that's going to take your mind off of having to have food, okay? It's usually in those moments whenever you're really bored or whenever things are going on, that's whenever you're like, I think I want blah, blah, blah. Y'all know, think back to quarantine days, okay? When y'all were sitting around the house and you were bored, that was more than likely why a lot of you went to the pantry or to the refrigerator a lot more often, because you weren't active, you weren't doing things, and so you were aware of food a lot more. Can you use unsweetened coconut milk? Evelyn, I will give more directive coaching, more specific coaching whenever you do the reboot. So if you would love to give that a try, go ahead and drop the word help in the comments below. Also, use fasting. This is my last tip for you guys, and this is one of the things that I feel like is an incredible benefit for people that fast, okay? You start to become aware of the difference between head hunger and body hunger. Angelina just said it. It's a lot in your head. Most of the time, you think that you can't do it because you're hungry, but it's your brain. Your brain is telling you you're hungry, but your body can actually go just a little bit longer without food. So if you eat less frequently, like you do during a fast, this will actually help to improve your insulin sensitivity. What happens in your brain, just some science for you guys, or in your body, is that whenever you consume food, if your body produces insulin, if you're not a type 1 diabetic, FYI, everybody else, our bodies produce insulin, and that insulin's job is to break down your food. It actually spikes up your insulin so that it can break down the sugars and things that are in your body, all right? And it actually also changes the way that your body stores the glucose and all the things that you're eating, the fuel sources that you're eating. So if you're fasting, you're training your body to rely on stored body fat, okay? And the extra energy that you already have in your body, which is why a lot of people love doing fasting for fat loss, because instead of you consuming food, raising your insulin, and then your body having to do all this work to digest your food, instead, it switches over to burning the stored fat cells that you have, or the stored body fat that you have in your body. And then your insulin actually goes, your insulin production goes down a little bit, which helps you to understand the difference. And I always tell my team, them when they're rebooting, I want you to think about, especially on day 2, when you're like getting to that point where you're like, I think I'm a little bit hungry. That feeling that you get, all right, that feeling is hunger. All right. When you're on day 2, you're almost at the very end of your fast. That feeling is hunger. And I always tell them to remember the difference, because most of the time, any other time, you'll tell yourself, I'm hungry. But if you compare it to that feeling on day 2, you'll recognize that it's not the same thing at all. So those are the tips that I have for you guys. Hopefully they were helpful to you. If you guys are interested in fasting, or you would love more information about getting started with intermittent fasting or things like that, Can you drink the nat ketones before? You can drink nat ketones and they do not break your fast. They are ketones. They're going to help you to continue that fat loss process, relying on stored fuels, that source of fuel, which is fat in your body. They do not break a fast at all. Okay, so if you guys are interested and you would love to learn more about fasting or the benefits of fasting, or you would love to give this a try yourself, again, drop the word help in the comments below. If you guys are watching on TikTok, I want you to find me on Facebook or Instagram. Both of those links are in my bio, and I can send over some information for you guys so much. I appreciate all of you for sticking around. Again, drop the word help in the comments below if you want more information. I'll be happy to share those things with you guys, and you guys wish us luck. We're starting our fast tonight, and we will break it again on Wednesday morning. So if you're not following, go ahead and follow. I'll be sharing all the things in my stories. I'll be going live over the next couple of days. You guys will get to see and follow that journey to see actually how doable this process actually is. It's actually a lot more doable than you think it is. So I see all of you guys dropping the word help in the comments. I will definitely get you over some information. I appreciate you all for joining me. Hope you guys had an incredible Sunday, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, you guys.